I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, Law?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Done. This is sure to give the others some much-needed energy.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renin doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renins are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Let's dispose of the trash. Airborne beast. Mine expect.
Got fire!
I've got you! Let him march in handle!
All yours!
A
new melody!
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
In here!
Soaring light spear!
Is that a healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
I'll try to be more careful.
Lightning water!
Raging storm!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarleted!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art! If he slows down, that's our chance! Can't get out of this!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall!
Resonate with you, take this!
Can't get out of this!
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear!
Elusive deity! Take this! No further!
Rising Wyvern!
Corruption!
Rising Falcon!
Resonate!
Now we're not...
Annihilate!
further! Soaring light spear!
Do it!
Thrilling performance.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
On your knees! Destruction! You're mine!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't smell anything.
Don't encourage him.
So I still had room to grow. Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen. Get lost!
Take this!
This one is mine!
Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
Tiger Blade!
Rising Falcon!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Inferno Torrent!
Take this, pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Ready and ready! Rising Wyvern!
Luna Blast!
It's on! Destruction!
Right here! I got you! Make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
You're finished! Soaring Light Spear! Spear! Rising Falcon!
Here goes!
Make it rain!
Lunar Horizon! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Retreat if you know what's good for you. I shall ensure you survive this.
This one's far enough!
Don't mind if I do.
Here I come!
It's a duel of the arts!
Dragon Swarm!
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Actually, perhaps flying is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Dragon
Annihilation!
Shattering pieces! Attack shot!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
I'm ready! No place here!
In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed wall.
You're finished! Soaring Light Spear! Rising...
Don't mind if I do!
Okay, I can carve through armor.
Ignite!
Take this.
It's over! Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the earth. Blade moves like silk. I just let my instincts take over.
And just like that, I'm back in. These will start by holding the front line. No sooner... It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
We can really make weapons with this?
So hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
Coming through.
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity.
Get behind me!
Rising Wyvern!
I never miss!
Rising Falcon! Rising Wyvern!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
Okay, here I go. Soaring Light Spear! Rising...
Anything in armor is all mine! Do it!
Soaring Rimmer!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Hear me!
My turn!
This one's
Arc
mine!
field!
Soaring Light Spear!
Armor won't save you! Looks like we got them all. I'll do my best!
I'm not done!
Don't mind if I do.
Take this!
Look sharp!
Take it! One more! Soaring Light Spear! Rising... Try this! Infernal Torrent!
One more. Does it hurt?
Take it! through.
Don't worry.
That's my
I've got
field.
plenty to go
I
around.
never miss.
Shut him down.
In a bind?
Soaring light spear.
Plenty left.
Rising
Blazing
Wyvern.
meteor.
Can you take it? Does it hurt? Rising
Denied.
Falcon.
Not on my watch.
Here I come. It's over.
Make it rain.
Soaring Kisara. Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone.
Sword and shield.
A classic combination. You want to play? Come at me! Begin!
Take it. Try harder. My turn.
Tiger Blade!
Leave the agile one. Destruction.
Frozen red.
Hitting pile driver.
Radiant pierce.
On guard!
It's too fast. Stand back. I'll check it out. You're finished. Catapult.
This one's mine.
Time to shot!
Mega ray.
Destruction.
Annihilation.
No further. Crush.
Igneous Charge!
You're mine.
Ready to go!
Destruction.
Elusive deity!
I'm not done.
Make it rain!
Soaring light spear. Tear.
Going in!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno! My turn! Not a chance!
Ready. I'm all
Flaming me denied!
Not in your dream.
Take it! It's showtime! Soaring light spear!
Here's evil.
Rising Falcon!
Tiger Blade!
You're mine! Ha!
On guard!
Soaring light
Ground
spear!
and pound!
Resonate with the Rising Falcon! You're mine!
Look sharp!
I'm ready! Remote!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
I need to be stronger.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
More Danon runes here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
I won't forgive you!
Take this!
This armor won't save you!
Rising Wyvern!
Take it! Here!
Rising
Take
Falcon!
this!
Crush!
Tiger
Dragon
Blade!
Swarm! I'm ready!
Can't get out of this!
I'll heal you all.
Tiger
Soaring
Blade!
light spear!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me. I never miss.
Not so fast! It's over!
Annihilation. Art field.
This
Resonate with the earth! It's over!
Igneous Charge! Make it rain!
Crush! You picked the wrong fight!
First aid! I can handle it!
Strike! Rising Wyvern! Soaring light
Tiger
spear!
Blade!
I'm ready! Rising Falcon!
Denied! Here I go! Anything in order!
Destruction!
That extra training paid off.
I'll do my best!
Take it! Crush! Rising Wyvern! Soaring light spear! Rising Falcon!
Fury. Burning strike.
Take you all on!
Elusive! You require a hand.
Rising Falcon!
I'm ready!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
This!
Yeah!
No further!
Nice technique!
You escape!
Do it!
This one's all
Our superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now, I'm certainly not that relaxed.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahawk Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that.
Discourteous, aren't
Here I come! It's over!
Mega Ray!
Soaring Light Spear!
Come on!
Rising Falcon!
Reload!
It's over! Destruction!
Hear my call!
Blending Flash! You're mine! It's over! It's over! Here I come! You're ready as well! Soaring Light Spear!
I never miss!
Elusive deity! Back you!
Do it!
Totally!
Meteor!
In an instant! Impact Rock! We work well together.
like a finely timed waltz.
Nicely done.
Gotta break through! You're mine!
You want me? Come get me!
Soaring Light Spear! Rising Falcon! You're mine! It's over!
Lightning meteor!
You picked the wrong fight!
I'm ready!
Rising Wyvern! Great! Now,
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Take this! Destruction! I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Will this help?
Now! Not a chance! No escape! Rising Falcon!
Well then, let's keep moving.
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight.
Right, here goes! No escape!
Don't mind if I do!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon! Destruction!
This one's mine!
I'm not done!
Far enough!
I can carve through armor! Crush!
I'm gone!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
I'm gone!
This one's mine!
You're mine! It's over!
Tiger Blade! Make it rain!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Citizen!
Time to shine! One more!
Radiant Pierce!
Take it!
Radiant light!
You're finished!
Tiger Blade!
Rising Falcon!
Lunar Corruption!
Destruction!
Lunar Blast!
Bring your death deluge. Sentinel's kneel is on you. Keep going.
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
That was way stronger than regular firepower.
You won't hear me complaining. Discourteous,
Here
aren't you?
goes!
You're
Hear my
finished!
call!
You're mine!
Don't mind if I do.
Now you see what I can do!
Can't get out of this!
Water, hear my call! On guard!
Take this!
Tiger Blade!
You're
Ready to go! Denied!
Elusive deity! Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear! Rising Falcon!
Please let them mark.
Elusive deity! Take this! Rising Wyvern!
By the power of
Rising
Tiger
Falcon!
Blade!
Rising... Through escape!
Going in!
I'm ready! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
Stay calm.
Destruction!
I shall provide
Dragon
assistance.
Swarm!
Shattering pieces! Attack time! I got it!
Got what?
I can chop up vegetable scraps and use them in the seasonings.
Should've known that's what it was gonna be about.
Oh, this looks nice and tough.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Glacial spear. Not your dreams.
Armor won't save you!
Take this!
Rising...
Ground and
Rising Falcon!
like moths to the flame.
Let the Swordsman handle this.
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear!
By the power of warrior.
Take this! You're finished! Rising Falcon! Soaring Light Spear!
Tiger Blade. Where are you going? Primed and ready.
Far enough!
Take this!
Here goes.
An outstanding attack.
Rising Falcon!
Flame of
Dragon
fury.
Swarm!
Burning strike.
Elusive deity!
Here's evil.
Tide of battle has turned in our favor.
Let's keep pressing the attack.
Indeed. Remain.
Light Burst Force!
Radiant Citizen.
One goal.
Here.
I'm out. Back into the fray.
Elusive
You're
deity!
mine! You're
Here
finished!
is Flame of fury. Burning strike.
Everyone hanging in there? Out of my way!
You're mine! It's
Where
over!
are you going? This one's mine.
No further!
Where are you going? Going in.
Armor won't save you!
Resonate with the earth! Make it
Neon.
rain!
Astral energy. Full throttle. Go. Here I go.
You're mine! Soaring Light Spear! Rising Falcon!
Didn't even break a sweat.
No choice! You're mine!
Flame of fury. Don't mind if I do. Burning strike.
Here I come!
Spear.
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
Far enough!
Destruction! Rising Wyvern!
Here goes.
Come and face me! Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
Here's a healing arm!
You're going pretty hard in this battle.
I am not usually given to restraint.
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolisher! Look sharp. That's it. Tiger Blade! Root Champ!
On your knees!
Radiant Spear! On guard! Tiger
These little
Blade!
ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more power.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Tiger Blade! Flaming Meteor!
Power surges through.
I'm in... I should be of some use to us now.
You weren't exactly dead weight before.
Except in regard to doing basic chores.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Menancia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
How long has it been since I last went this hungry?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag-Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
I'll smash you!
Where are you going?
In a vine?
Leave the choice to me!
Take this!
Resonate with you!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
It's unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Rising Library! Take it! Soaring look!
Forgive me.
Tiger Blade!
Searing blade! Remove!
On guard!
Here.
Vanquished soul with life!
Going in! Lightning!
Take this!
Hear me! Flame of
Piercing
fury!
burn!
Strike!
Water! Hear my... Anything in order!
Take
On
this!
guard!
I'll heal you!
Flaming meteor!
Confiscated!
Bring the light!
Entertain me!
Regeneration!
Searing flame!
Regenerate! Look sharp!
Destruction!
Going in! I'm ready! This one's mine!
Rising this!
Shine!
Rising
Take
this!
this!
Fury!
Burning!
Strike!
Regenerate! Can't get out of this!
Is that healing art?
It is. I can't ignore your pain.
I'll try to be more careful.
Show me your strength. Use its weak point to take it down.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought you
I'm
were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey,